Would you like your investing in equities to be managed better? And would you like to have a professionally run portfolio? Do you want to invest in the best companies in products where the risk is aligned to your risk appetite and well within your risk profile? Would you like your risk capacity to reflect in your personal portfolio? If you like all of these, check out the ithought PMS suite of products. We have created every product keeping you in mind so that you have the right investment experience and you enjoy a good night's sleep every night.
Hi, everybody. It gives me great pleasure to start off the first episode of Behind the Portfolio, where we will be in conversation with the in-house fund managers of ithought. The first video is going to be about our flagship product, Solitaire. And for this, I have in conversation with me Senthil sir, the co-fund manager of Solitaire, who has been with ithought since the inception of Solitaire. Hi, sir. Welcome to our first episode. So the first question that I would like to ask you is, what was the core philosophy with which Solitaire was started?
Hi Aishwarya, thanks for covering Solitaire on this product. So first, to cover the core philosophy, in Solitaire, if you want to cover in one line, we aspire to own clean, well-run businesses over cycles, and then we stay disciplined on the valuations. So this is what we aspire to do Solitaire, and what we have done in the last 6 years also, we follow the same this philosophy.
Right. But there are also a lot of, mutual funds in this category. We have put forward Solitaire as a flexiap strategy. There are so many flexiap funds in the market. How do you think we differ from those products?
Yes. Within Solitaire or even across all our PMS products, we don't have the model portfolio approach. So each and every individual gets a customized portfolio. For example, a client who onboards now, his portfolio will differ from a client who was onboarded a year back or 2 years back. So customized portfolio is one differentiation point. And the second one could be the portfolio construction. Within Solitaire, we don't own any lending businesses. So no banks, no NBFCs, and if you look at any other flexicap mutual fund, one of the top sectors where they have invested could be the banks or lending businesses. So that's one key differentiation of Solitaire versus the other flexicap products that's in the market.
Right. So to be able to construct a portfolio like this, I'm sure there's a lot of research that goes into it, right? What are some processes that you followed as a research analyst that you also carried forward when you became a co-fund manager in this product?
So in terms of investment process, the first and foremost thing is that identifying well-run businesses. So if you look at the market, the investable universe will be like 2,000 odd companies. But for Solitaire, first thing is that identifying businesses which are leadership position in their own sectors. So that's the number one thing that we look for any businesses, and we try to cover those businesses first. And once we are convinced and have conviction in that business, then we try to further go deep in terms of analyzing how the management has executed over cycles and etc. things like that. So once when we get conviction over the business and the management, then depending upon the valuation, the stock comes into the portfolio. So business, management and the valuations. So these are the three things which we focus in our investment process.
Right. That brings me to the next question, which is, according to you, what are the top 3 filters that any company must go through to be able to fit into the portfolio?
So number one will be their positioning in their sector. So the company has to be either number 1 or number 2 in their businesses they operate in. Because within Solitaire, we generally have a long-term investment horizon. So the company has to be stable to withstand cycles. So when the company is in the leadership position, obviously their balance sheet positioning, their cash flows, everything will be
Much
top
better.
notch.
Correct.
Yeah. So they'll be able to withstand any short-term impact, as we are seeing the last couple of years, right? Straight from Ukraine war to now Iran war. So if the company is in the number one or number two position, they'll be much more able to face all these short-term headwinds and then sail through the cycle. So number one will be the leadership position that the company has in its own sector or business. Number two, I could say it will be about the competent management. So the management should be trustworthy. So that's the basic filter, but they should be also competent enough, because we are seeing that uh, business cycles are getting shortened. So earlier, if a business or a company starts, I think their longevity was higher, but now the business longevity is getting shorter because of advent of technology and all those things. So a competent management will be able to sail those businesses across various technological disruptions in their own sector. So these are a couple of things that we look when we study any businesses for Solitaire.